Hey guys, it is 13:13 on the clock. I know, like, if you don't have military time, that doesn't exist, but basically it is 1:13, but it's 13:13, so that was a synchronicity for me. Anyway, the red door. Ah, I missed you guys. So, we're in the red door. We're deep in there, you know what I'm saying? Do I remember where we left off? No, but it's the dreamscape. Nothing's linear anyway. I'm getting this picture of like a red sky. Like, you know when like a certain sunset comes out and the sky turns like this pinky red? But instead of a pinky red, it's like more maroon than pink. And like we're like floating. And then below us is like black. Like it's not, there's no light. There's a red sky and dark below, and we're just kind of floating. I'm getting an image of like a person just floating, but you're floating backwards like this, and like a tear is falling from your eye. I feel like the feeling you're going to feel is complete release or just complete relief. And like gratefulness, but just from being tired for some reason. I feel like a lot of you, this might not resonate for everyone. There are parts of you that want to cave into your more animalistic side, and there are parts of you that want to remain more disciplined. And like I'm just picturing sinking. I'm gonna keep walking. Let's keep getting these clothes in the sun. Yeah, I have some coconut water on me right now. Anyway, I am picturing someone just sinking, and you're not sinking fast. You're just slowly falling. And then you're gonna see this woman. For some reason, this woman is a heavier set woman. She's thick, you know what I'm saying? She got them yams, you know what I'm saying? But she's for some reason, it might be an ancestor, to be honest, a very old one. Not during slavery time, but probably not too far after slavery time, guiding you somewhere in the woods. So I don't know. Yeah, I know we're in the woods now. It's crazy. It's just, you know, dreamscapes and everything, it don't make complete sense, but you're in the woods and you're following this lady, an ancestor of some sort, and she's guiding you to like a sacred space. And in this sacred space, it's like a treasure chest. It's not a treasure chest, but it's like a box of some sort. And she wants you to open it. But it's like heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. Like the lid itself is heavy. And you're trying to get it open, but for some reason you can't get it open, and she's telling you to open it. But in this case, you're not even supposed to use your physical strength. You're supposed to use more so of your light body or your astral body to lift it, or your mind. So then once you get that through your head, you open this box. And you're trying to get it open, but for some reason you can't get it open, and she's telling you to open it. But in this case, you're not even supposed to use your physical strength. You're supposed to use more so of your light body or your astral body to lift it, or your mind. So then once you get that through your head, you open this box, and there's nothing in there. And I think that's a I think that's symbolism for something. And I feel like a lot of people in my collective, literally a red Coca-Cola truck just passed. A lot of people in my collective have been working so hard for a certain outcome recently. And you guys are starting to maybe have too many expectations for something, or you're putting something on a pedestal, or you're just looking too much into it instead of just enjoying the process of your life, or instead of just enjoying yeah, the process, the journey, you're putting in all this hard work, not for nothing, but it's like you're not staying in the present moment enough. And by the time you get to a destination, because we arrive to several destinations in life, by the time you get to a destination, it's nothing. But you perceive it to be nothing only because you didn't learn what you needed to learn along the way. So God's putting you like in a different, not a different journey, but God's allowing you to start over, or God's making you start over in a new light, because the whole purpose of going on these walks or these, journeys, these callings, are you're supposed to take your time and analyze your surroundings. When you're too tunnel visioned, you can't learn the lessons along the way. So then by the time the end comes, usually that's where like some sort of test comes, and how can you pass a test, or how can God even feel right giving you a test if you never learned, if you never stopped and analyzed where you were. You were in complete survival mode to the point where you weren't tapped into your surroundings. You might have burned people along the way. You might have burned yourself along the way. You might have avoided or abandoned things or people along the way and didn't realize it. So when you open this box, it is okay for you to feel out your emotions and be disappointed, but also take accountability for putting in so much work for nothing. Or just putting in so much work for something that you couldn't guarantee. A lot of things are guaranteed because, we're God's children, but the main important thing is who we become in this lifetime. So these journeys, everything we experience, these lifetimes, the main thing we're supposed to take away from it is becoming, is to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like, the end journey is great, it's cool, but the main thing we're supposed to take away from all these little mini adventures we go on is the evolution of self. So you went through a little mini adventure, or you went through a little journey, you got to the quote-unquote end of it, and you got nothing. You only got nothing because you weren't developing yourself along the way. You only got nothing because you were seeking something outside of yourself. You were seeking something outside of yourself and expecting there to be some magical fix-all at the end, and you not realizing that everything was within you. Or if you already do realize that you forgot on this specific journey. So whatever this journey is kind of tied to in the 3D realm, it could be tied to maybe a creative journey, could be tied to a journey like a road to self-discovery in your emotional tract, or maybe just like leveling up in some way, shape, or form. You were put on a mission, and I'm not saying you failed, but you were too much in survival mode to really realize who you were becoming and the choices you were making. I'm not saying you weren't conscious of them, but you weren't conscious of them enough. God wants you to remain conscious. Now that you've gone through that journey, is almost like a precursor. It's almost like, okay, you've gone through that journey. Now God's going to put you on it again. It might look similar, but it's definitely going to be a second chance from God for you to really slow down. No more going through our journeys. No more going and walking on the path in survival mode. Continuously being in survival mode does not enable you to adequately look at your surroundings, and doesn't make you. It doesn't make you evolve. Survival mode just gets you to point A to point B. Survival mode just allows you to survive, whether you need to survive spiritually or you need to survive in the physical, wherever you need to survive at. But God is saying it is okay for you to get out of that survival mode. I feel like a lot of the collective right now is trying to hold on to their survival version of themselves because they're scared to let go of that version, because they put so much energy and time and stuff into that version of themselves And then they don't realize that you have to let go of that version of yourself because you're not that person anymore. So you're going on a journey with an outdated vehicle, blind. I don't know, it's a very interesting concept to explain verbatim because I'm feeling it. Like, it's not just like I'm explaining it. Like, it's hard to put it in words because I'm literally feeling it because I've gone through something similar, thinking I'm going to get to a certain place or thinking I'm making so much quote unquote progress. But either you're going around in circles, or you're so much in survival mode, or the decisions you're making during this journey aren't even aligned with you or aren't even aligned with your higher self. Because your higher self is not in survival mode. Your higher self is at ease. Your higher self, God is guiding your higher self all the time to a point where there's no confusion. There's no like, and even when your higher self does go quote unquote blind, it can do that because it completely and fully trusts God, not the false God or the false sense of self. It completely trusts the Most High, and it's not confused, and it's not distorting things, and it's not perverting things. It's just being, you know? And God is saying you have to do that. And I'm hoping that, you know, as you're in the astral underworld and you're doing the work when you're, you know, projecting and stuff like that in the realm, that it reflects positively in your 3D realm. You know, that whatever journey this is for you, it could be different for everyone else, for everybody, but hopefully you guys are able to retake this journey with a lot more reflection and be way more conscious and in your body. You know what I'm saying? And it is safe. God is saying it is safe to be in your body. I feel like the past journey you went on, you did not feel all the way safe in your own body. So now my brain is literally taking me back to the beginning of when I first started this, my first press record, and I'm talking about how you guys are falling from the red skies, and there's a tear dropping because it's almost like a sign of relief. It's like, it literally just comes back to the beginning like a loop. You feel safe in your body, and you've never felt this before. You've never felt genuine safety in your body. And then once you get to that feeling of feeling safety, you release. And you're relieved that you can release that body you had that was built off of survival mode, that was built off of struggle, that was built off of just grrr, you know? Like, you can restart, but you don't even give a fuck about restarting. Most people, when they have to restart, they're like, oh my God, I gotta restart, I gotta start over again. Like, it won't even be the same. You know why? Because it won't feel the same. It won't look the same. You won't be the same. You are not the same. So with that being said, God is, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can see this spider web, but it's complete. Oh gosh, I wish you guys can see it. It's just so, I don't know. It's really big. Maybe, I probably can't see it because of the light, but that was a confirmation. That whole spider web is complete. That cycle is done. Learn what you need to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you, I feel like you guys have. You went to the deeper parts of yourself and you went on that journey. And just because you quote unquote have to start over, just know that that version of yourself, she, whomever, you still were brave enough to even start. Most people aren't that brave. Most people, even the thought of having to go down a path that's a little tough like that, they'll avoid it. You might not have ended up at the place you want it to be, but you're 10 times stronger now and you're ready for the second chance. And you showed your braveness when you were scared. Now you're not scared. Now you're not in survival mode. Now you are almost damn near one with your higher self. As above, so below. And your lower self is even proud of you. It's like, dang, like your shadow is evolving. Okay, it's 15 minutes, 16 seconds. I'm gonna hop off, but welcome to the red door fully. You have got your stripes for real.